Hello, everyone. In this session, we will cover the process of claim submission using ESS, specifically focusing on a scenario where a requisition is attached to the claim. Here's a use case to understand. An employee traveled from his workplace to Chennai for a 3-day business meeting. During the trip, he incurred expenses totaling 18,000 rupees, comprising 7,000 rupees for accommodation, 8,000 rupees for airfare, and 3,000 rupees for meals. The employee had previously taken an advance of 15,000 rupees by submitting a claim requisition. This advance must be referenced during the claim submission process. Now let's go through the steps involved in the claim submission. First, the employee logs into the system, navigates to the employee self-service ESS section, and then accesses claim management. Within claim management, go to the claim submission screen and create a new record. Then, enter the relevant claim details and save the record. After this, the requisition details must be added, along with the submission line for the claim. Once completed, the employee saves and submits the record. After submission and approval, the finance admin can generate the payment. Here's how to execute the use case. Before executing the use case, ensure the following prerequisites are defined in the system: claim type and claim eligibility. Now let's go through the steps for execution. First, the employee logs into the system and navigates to ESS. Then, in ESS, go to Claim Management and select Claim Submission. Next, a new claim record is created, and the travel claim details are entered in the header section. After that, the employee then adds subclaim details for accommodation, food, and air ticket in the submission line. Once all the required information is entered, the record is submitted for workflow approval. It's important to note that if no manual workflow is configured, the system will auto-approve the submission by default. Upon approval, the expense voucher can be generated and finalized by the finance admin. Finally, the payment is processed. Now, let's see how to perform this process in the system, starting with claim creation through ESS, followed by payment generation by the finance admin. Let's begin with the login process. Start at the login screen. Enter your user ID and password, then click Login. Upon successful login, the employee will be directed to the homepage. Here's a brief homepage overview. On the homepage, Claim widget and Notice widget will be visible. Here's how to navigate to ESS. Go to the main menu, select HR Management, and then click on Self-Service. This will open the Employee Self-Service ESS form. Here are the ESS form details. On the ESS form, you can view the employee's profile details. In the middle section of the form, a series of icons will be displayed, which provide access to various employee functions. Now let's cover creating a new claim submission in ESS. First, access Claim Management. Navigate to Claim Management and select Claim Submission. Then, click on Add New Claim Submission to begin creating a new record. Now let's fill in the claim submission header details. Claim Submission Number. This field is auto-generated by the system and is read only. Claim Start Date. Enter the date the travel commenced. Claim End Date. Enter the date the travel ended. Claim Name. Enter the name of the claim, for example, travel. Destination from, enter the departure location. Destination to, enter the destination location. Description, add any relevant description for the travel claim. Here's information about the requisition details section. Has requisition. Select yes, if a requisition is associated with the claim. Otherwise, select no. Currency. If the claim is in a currency other than Indian rupee, select the appropriate currency from the list. Note, only currencies marked as My Currency on the currency screen will appear in the list. To add more currencies to this list, ensure the My Currency checkbox is checked on the currency setup screen. For more details, refer to the dedicated currency screen video. Now let's save the record. Click Save. Once saved, the claim submission number will be auto-populated by the system. Let's move on to attaching requisition. Click on the Claim Requisition button. A form will appear displaying all available requisitions in the system. Select the requisition, requisitions to be attached, and click OK. Multiple requisitions can be selected if needed. After attaching the requisition, a confirmation message appears. Requisition has been linked. Click the close X icon to dismiss this message. Here's how to view requisition details. To view the details of the attached requisition, go to the Submission Requisition Details tab and toggle the line. Here you will see key information such as claim submission number, requisition number, currency, and advance amount. If you need to view the full requisition details, click the zoom icon on the requisition number field. Toggle the requisition to expand and view all associated data. Navigate to the Requisition Line tab to view line-level details. This is how you can verify and review the requisition linked to the claim. Now let's return to the claim submission. Navigate back to the claim submission screen and switch to the first tab to continue working on the submission. In the Requisition Details section, you will also see advance amount 15,000 rupees and total requested amount 15,000 rupees. Let's cover adding submission line details. Navigate to the Submission Details tab to enter line-level claim information. On the line item, the following fields are auto-populated by the system: claim submission number, start date, end date, destination from, and destination to. Now fill in the required fields. Subclaim, name. Enter the accommodation within country. Purpose. Specify the purpose of the subclaim. Currency. Select the appropriate currency. Amount. Enter the claimed amount for this line. Once all details are entered, save the record. You can save it either from the header panel or by clicking the Save button at the side of the screen. Now let's cover adding additional subclaims. Create a new record to add the next subclaim. Subclaim name, enter air ticket. Purpose, provide the reason or context for the airfare. Ticket class code, select the appropriate class, for example, business or economy. Currency, choose the applicable currency. Amount, enter the cost of the air ticket. Once all details are filled in, click Save to save the record. Let's create another record for the next subclaim. Subclaim name, enter food. Purpose, add a brief description or justification. Currency, select the currency used. Amount, enter the total amount spent on food. Save the record after completing all fields. Let's cover attaching supporting documents. If you have bills or receipts for these expenses, you can upload them using the Document Attachment feature. Click on the Document Attachment link. In the pop-up screen, click the pin icon to begin uploading. Choose the file from your system and upload it. Once uploaded, the document will be visible in the attachments list, confirming successful addition. Let's understand managing attached documents. If you've uploaded the wrong document, you can delete it directly from the attachment screen. You can also download the document to review its contents. To revisit the document later, simply click on the Document Attachment link again and download the file. For example, if a food bill was attached, it will be visible and available for download in this section. Here's information on reviewing subclaims. Navigate to the untoggled form submission line view to review all added subclaims. You should now see subclaims added for accommodation, air ticket, and food. Now let's cover submitting the claim. Return to the first tab Claim Submission header. Click on the Submit for Approval button. A confirmation message will appear. Click OK to proceed. Since auto approval is enabled, the system will automatically approve the submission. A message will appear indicating the process is completed, and the submission status will change to approved. Next step, at this stage, the finance admin can proceed to generate the payment. Let's understand generating payment finance admin process. To generate the payment, the finance admin must log into the system using the admin interface. First, admin login. Open the login screen. Enter the user ID and password, then click Login. Upon successful login, the finance admin will be directed to the home page, where various system widgets are displayed. Second, navigate to Claim Submission Finance screen. From the main menu, go to HR Management. Within Human Resources Management, select Claim Management, then navigate to the Claim Submission Finance screen. Here is an overview of the finance dashboard. On the finance claim screen, the following sections and widgets will be visible: claims with payment generated, claims without payment, claim submission detail report, claim reconciliation detail report, advanced search, top 5 claims, and expense versus payment or cash pending charts. Here is how to identifying pending payments. You can view details of claims that are approved but still pending payment or cash generation. For example, one travel claim is approved, but no expense voucher or payment has been generated yet. Another claim under work-life balance shows that payment has already been generated. These visual reports and status indicators help finance admin track and manage claim settlements effectively. Now let's cover generating expense voucher and completing payment. First, access the travel claim. Navigate to the Claim Submission Finance screen. Locate the submitted travel claim. Untoggle the claim to expand the details. You will see the Generate Expense Voucher button. You can directly generate the expense voucher using this button. Let's cover an alternative navigation to generate expense voucher. Go to the main menu, HR Management, Claim Management. Generate expense voucher for claims. Select the organization and the document type. To generate an expense voucher for a single claim, select that specific claim. For multiple claims, select all the applicable claims. Click OK to confirm your selection. Click OK again to start the process. A confirmation message will display the invoice reference number for the created expense voucher. Now let's refresh and complete expense voucher. Return to the Claim Submission Finance screen and refresh the page. The Generate Cash Payment button will now be enabled. The expense voucher will show the claimed amount, for example, 18,000 rupees. Click to zoom in on the expense voucher field. Toggle the expense invoice and click the Complete button to finalize it. Confirm by clicking OK when prompted. A message will confirm that the expense voucher has been successfully completed. In the Status section, confirm that the document status is marked as completed. Navigate back to the Claim Submission Finance screen to proceed with payment generation. Let's understand completing payment generation. Let's understand Generate Cash Payment. Click on the Generate Cash Payment button. Confirm the action by clicking OK. Enter payment details. Select the payment method: cash, check, direct debit, or online transfer. Choose the currency rate type. Select the currency. Select the appropriate document type. For cash payments, select the corresponding cash book. For other payment methods, select the relevant bank account. If the payment method is check A, enter the check number and check date. Now, let's finalize payment. Once all fields are completed, click OK to generate the payment. A confirmation message will appear, showing that the payment has been generated with a reference number 10000059. The payment field will now display the payment reference. Here's how to view payment details. Click the zoom icon on the payment field. Toggle the payment record to view detailed payment information. Note: the payment amount generated is 3,000 rupees because the employee had already received an advance of 15,000 rupees. Therefore, from the total claim of 18,000 rupees, only 3,000 rupees remains payable. Here's information about payment schedules. Once the payment is generated, navigate to the expense voucher screen by clicking on Zoom button, then untoggle the record. Proceed to the Payment Schedule tab to review the associated payment schedule details. Here you'll notice that two payment schedules have been created. One for 15,000, which corresponds to the claim requisition amount, and one for 3,000, representing the balance amount submitted via the claim submission. This totals to the original 18,000 that was submitted. Untoggle the first schedule, 15,000, to view its details. Within this record, you'll find the invoice number, the amount field reflecting 15,000, a payment reference, and the Is Paid checkbox marked as true, indicating the payment has already been processed. You can zoom into the payment field to view full payment details. Within the payment screen, you'll find all related information. To see allocation specifics, click on the View Allocation tab. Here, you'll find that the allocation number is 1,032,000 and the allocated amount is 15,000. Next, go to Claim Management under the HR menu. Open the Claim Requisition Finance screen and locate the requisition linked to the claim submission. Under the Payment Details tab, untoggle the line to reveal the payment reference. You'll observe that the payment reference in the claim requisition matches the payment record seen in the payment schedule. This confirms that the payment schedule is directly tied to the claim requisition associated with the claim submission. Next, open the second payment schedule. You'll notice that the amount is 3,000 and the payment reference is 10000059. This payment corresponds to the claim submission. Step 1. Verify payment reference in claim submission. Navigate to the Claim Submission Finance screen. Here you will see the payment reference, which matches the one shown on the expense invoice. Additionally, the Is Paid checkbox is marked as true, confirming that this payment has been successfully settled. Step 2. Review payment details. Zoom into the payment reference to open the detailed payment screen. Untoggle the record to view all associated payment details. If you want to see the allocation, go to the View Allocation tab. Here you'll find the allocation document number and the allocated amount, which is 3,000. Step 3. Review allocation documents. To examine allocation details further, navigate to the Allocation Document screen via the main menu. By default, a current date filter is applied. To view all previous allocation documents, click the Search button and press Enter. Allocation Document 1,332 Claim Requisition. Open Allocation Document 1,032. This relates to the claim requisition. Go to the allocation line, untoggle it, and review the following details: allocation number, business partner name, payment details, invoice, payment schedule, and allocated amount. Return to the first tab and open Allocation Document 10000033. This relates to the claim submission. In the allocation line, untoggle the record to view. Payment reference matches the one from the claim submission finance screen. Invoice payment schedule reference and amount, which is $3,000. This flow demonstrates how the payment process connects across, from payment generation to schedule tracking and allocation details, ensuring transparency and traceability throughout the financial transaction lifecycle. Case. Now let's review another case scenario. Go to the claim submission screen. In this case, the advance amount and submission amount are the same. Both are $550. Step 1. Generate and complete the expense voucher. First, we need to generate and complete the expense voucher. Click on the Generate Expense Voucher button. Select the appropriate document type, then click OK. Once the expense voucher is generated, click on the expense voucher field to zoom in and untoggle the record. Review the details and click on the Complete button. Confirm the action by clicking OK. After completion, the document status on the left panel will show as completed. The same status will also appear in the Status section. Step 2. Generate allocation instead of payment. Return to the claim submission screen. Since the advance and submission amounts are equal, no additional payment is required, neither from the employee nor from the organization. In such cases, instead of generating a payment, we proceed with generating an allocation. Click the Generate Allocation button. An allocation will be created with the document number. Step 3. Review the allocation document. Navigate to the allocation document screen and refresh it. You'll see the document 1,038 listed. Open this record to review the following details: organization name, accounting date, currency, document status should be completed, and document number. Then, go to the allocation line section. In the payment field, you'll find a reference to the payment made for the claim requisition. The invoice document number, allocation document number, and employee name are also visible. Step 4. Confirm payment reference. Go back to the claim submission screen and open the Submission Requisition Details tab. From here, zoom in on the requisition field to verify the payment reference. Navigate to the Payment Details tab. Confirm that the payment reference displayed here matches the one shown in the allocation line. In this scenario, because the advance amount and submission amount are equal, no additional payment is required. The allocation is made based on the payment already processed during the claim requisition phase. This avoids any further financial transaction from either party, ensuring a balanced settlement. Viewing the payment schedule. To review the payment schedule, navigate to the expense invoice screen and locate the record corresponding to this claim submission. Once the record is open, go to the Payment Schedule tab. You will see that a single payment schedule record has been generated. Untoggle the record to view the details. Here, you'll observe the amount scheduled is $550. The payment reference matches the payment made for the claim requisition. All relevant payment schedule details are available for review. This confirms how the system handles and reflects the payment schedule for cases where the advance and submission amounts are equal. In this session, we covered the complete process for handling employee claims through ESS, submitting a claim via ESS, generating and completing the expense invoice, processing payments when the advance and submission amounts differ, direct allocation when the advance and submission amounts are equal, avoiding additional payments, and reviewing payment schedules and allocations. That concludes our session on the claim submission and payment allocation process. Thank you for attending.